My name is Daisy Gross. I was born in 1939 in Nitra, Slovakia. My father was the CEO of the local sugar refinery. We were well off. We had a nice apartment, a car with a chauffeur. We had a cook, a devout Catholic, Antonia Nikodemova. She had been with the family since 1928 and she loved me. In the summer of 1943, my parents sent Tonka and me to her native village. My parents had bought a plot where they built an underground bunker. When things started to get very bad, they secretly moved there with other couple and my mother's parents. My grandfather had a heart condition. He couldn't stay in closed space with no air, so he went for a walk. The Germans arrested and tortured him, and they took everybody away. I was living with Tonka and her mother. Tonka's family knew I was Jewish, but I don't think others in the village knew. I had a big cross around my neck and I went to church every Sunday. Every day a boy in a hat and a red coat appeared with a drum in front of the church and announced the news. Before and after the news, he warned that whoever hit Jews would be killed along with their family and the Jews. One day I was out in the courtyard and the neighbor's son started chasing me around, shouting "Dirty Jew." Tonka and her mother were so frightened that they locked me in the room for days. Few days later, Tonka and I set out across the fields to the village where her fiancé lived. We walked at night and slept in the haystack during the day. We stayed with her fiancé's relatives, a family with six children, until the end of the war. We went back to Tonka's mother and waited for news that never came. So one day she decided to go home to Nitra to find out what had happened. I will never forget that day. As we were walking down a steep street, an acquaintance came by and told Tonka that my parents were dead. I remember that I pulled my hand out of hers and started running down the road. In the end, someone caught me and took me back to her. My father's sister Mani came back from Bergen-Belsen thinking that we were all fine. They told her what happened and that I was living with Tonka in her village. After visiting me, she went to Hungary where her older sister Rosie returned from Auschwitz. One Sunday we came home from church. Tonka was in the kitchen when a nice big car stopped in front of the house. I hid behind her skirt and started crying. A well-dressed lady came in. It was my Aunt Rosie. She told me that she would take me for a ride and bring me back. I got into the car, drove away. I only saw Tonka again when she visited me in Hungary in 1951.